has not been answering that question. Hopefully Nelson has an answer. It's important. Accountability is important. You see, one of the, and please don't misconstrue me, one of the forms of corruption is lack of transparency, lack of accountability. When you don't account, that means you're a thief, especially when it is not your money. It's important. Nelson was telling you, he was telling his wife, maybe as the wife was saying, now you're selling this, you're selling the other, and I know the wife used to belong to the same fellowship, so I'm sure she was raising concern. So you had to be accountable to her and tell her, don't worry, we shall deal with this. Please insist and keep asking this man for accountability as a family. And as you do that, us as a country, we shall also be asking for accountability. It's important. I'm the leader of opposition. These are legislators, but we don't know how much government has injected into this project. That is not right. It's important that we know, that Ugandans know, because there's nothing to hide. We have moved around, we have seen the work that is ongoing. I asked Nelson timelines, he said by around March, you'll be good to go. I hope so. So my point is, there should be nothing to hide about some of these things. Let Ugandans know how much money of their money has been injected here. The same way we know, and even for these ones that I've told you at Yak, Lubowa, finding out was a tall order. But you know, when I insist on something, I go all the way. The way I'll also insist on this one until I get the figure. So even for the others, Ministry of Finance, and so they kept dodging and dodging until I insisted and got the figures. And I told them, but why are you hiding? This is not your money. This is taxpayers' money. They need to know how much they're investing in those different projects I've been telling you about until we got the figures. So it's important, very important element for us to know and for the taxpayer to know. Number two, is there a memorandum of understanding between government of Uganda and Inspire Coffee Africa? That's a very important thing to do. It even protects you, Nelson. Because if there's no understanding and tomorrow government says we gave you money on these terms, which might be wrong, how do you defend yourself? Yeah, because God forbid, a day might come when you have to take government to court. God forbid, but it happens in business. People take business partners to court. Yeah, because you see, if you, now government is your business partner. If you renege on some of your obligations, or government for that matter, one of you will go to court to seek a remedy. If there is no memorandum of understanding, how are you going to seek a remedy, Nelson, if it is government that has not met its end of the bargain? How are you going to, because I would also want to stand in parliament, for example, and defend you, assuming it is you who is being roughshod over by government. If government is trying to cheat you, for example, I would want to tell government, here is a memorandum of understanding, you agreed with this person on A, B, C, D. Don't go away from it. We have had quarrels with government because it has gone away from its obligations with some entities. And so we remind them, you put pen to paper. Follow what you did. Or if somebody is trying to rip government off or to rip off the taxpayer, we say, but this is what you agreed to. So is there an MOU? That's important. Even for us to see that MOU, so that we know these are the agreed terms. That also saves you those who are saying you are given free money or that you stole. Because you see, you can't have stolen if there was a proper agreement, a proper arrangement. But now people are in the dark. And so they'll come up with all those things, yeah? It's important that that question is answered. The other question is probably not yours, it would be for government. We'll ask them when we